All right, today we're going to start studying how to solve multi-step word problems. So I'm going to show you two different types of problems today. I'm going to show you an example of each, and then I'm going to have you solve one on your own, okay? So the first one says, Arrow earns $8 each week walking dogs. He spends $3 each week and saves the rest. There are 52 weeks in a year. How much will he have saved at the end of the year? So when we're looking at these problems, the first thing that we need to look at is look at the values that they're giving us. So we know that $8 each week, okay? Doesn't matter that he's walking dogs. Okay, and then he spends $3 each week. So that's subtracting $3, and then he's saving the rest, so he holds on to it. Okay, there's 52 weeks in a year. So how much will he have saved at the end of the year? Okay, so I have looked at all of my numbers. That's important. Figuring out the numbers that we are working with and what they mean. So he earns $8 each week, okay? And then he's going to spend $3 each week. He's saving the rest. Okay, so he's earning $8 and he's spending $3, okay? There's 52 weeks in a year. So how much will he be saved at the end of the year? Well, here's my thoughts. He's making $8 in a week. And then he spends $3 of it every week. Well, 8 take away 3 gives me 5. So he's really only gaining $5. Well, and he's doing that for 52 weeks. So I'd say all we need to do next is 52 times 5. That's all we need to do next. So I'm going to go ahead and use the traditional algorithm to go ahead and solve this one. 2 times 5 gives me 10. I'm going to carry my 1. 5 times 5 gives me 25, plus 1 more gives me 10. So it sounds like he's making $210 a year. So we can say Arrow earns $210 per year. Or I guess has saved. Okay, so these are called multi-step problems because we had to do two math problems, I guess you could say, to get the answer. So we had to do 8 take away 3, and then we had to multiply to get our answer. So I'm going to run through really quick again of what I actually did to get my answer. So first I read the problem. And then I went ahead and I underlined all the numbers and their values to help myself understand what's actually going on in the problem. Then I went ahead and thought to myself, well, he's earning $8 each week and he's spending $3 every week, and the rest of it he saves. So I'm going to take $8 and I'm just going to take away that 3 before I even start multiplying anything. He really makes only $5 a week since he spends $3 of it. There's 52 weeks in a year, so we want to know how much he's saved by the end of the year. 52 times 5, and that gives us 210. All right, so this next problem here says it costs $45 to rent a car each day. There is also a fee of $12. How much does it cost to rent a car for 5 days, including the fee? So first, read the problem and look for your values. Okay. Second, figure out what operations you need to do and do them. Go ahead and do this on your own now. Okay, so when I'm reading this, I'm seeing that it costs $45 to rent the car every day, so $45 a day. And then on top of that, there's a fee of $12. They could have made our lives easy and just combined those, but they didn't. So $45 and $12 every day. So we need to know how much it costs to rent the car for 5 days, including that fee. Well, so I don't have to do so much multiplication. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to take that $45 and I'm going to add that $12. So I find out really what the real total is of how much we're having to spend every day. So really, we're spending $57 every day. So we need to figure out how much we're going to spend then for 5 days. So 57 times 5. 7 times 5 gives me 35. Carry my 3. 5 times 5 gives me 25. Plus 3 more gives me 28. So it costs $285 to rent a car for 5 days. Costs that much, $285. So I realized that it costs $45 to rent it every day, but there's additional fee of $12. So I thought to myself, well, I'm just going to combine those so I figure out actually how much it is to rent the car each day. Then I want to figure out how much it is to rent the car for 5 days, including the fee. Well, that's when I added these two together, that's what I got. So I went ahead and did 57 times 5, and I got 285. All right. The next problem says, Coach Duffelmeyer bought 3 boxes of trophies. Each box has 45 soccer trophies. He also bought 15 tennis trophies and some golf trophies. There are a total of 170 trophies. So I'm going to write an equation to describe the number of trophies that Coach Duffelmeyer bought. How many golf trophies did Coach Duffelmeyer buy? All right, so I know that there's 3 boxes of trophies. So 3 boxes of trophies, and each box has 45 soccer trophies, okay? Then he bought 15 tennis trophies and some golf trophies, okay? They're not going to tell us how many he bought, I guess. We know that there's 170 trophies in total, okay? Well, I need to write an equation to describe the number of trophies that Coach Duffelmeyer bought. So when they're asking you to write an equation, that means they want you to use a variable. So they're going to ask you to use a letter. And then they want us to figure out how many golf trophies they bought. So they're actually looking for 2 things here. All right, so I know I'm going to start figuring it out. So S is going to equal soccer, T is going to equal tennis, and G is going to equal golf. Okay, so let's figure out how many soccer trophies I have. I have 3 boxes of those trophies, and each of those boxes has 45 soccer trophies. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve 45 times 3 really quick. 12 plus 1 more gives me 135. Okay, so I have 135 soccer trophies. All right, check, done. He bought 15 tennis trophies, awesome, and some golf trophies. All right, so we don't know this yet. And now we know, though, that we have 170. So I can say 135 plus 15 plus G equals 170. So that's where that variable comes in. They want you to add it all and put a variable in for that missing number. We know that our total is 170, but we need to go ahead and figure out how many of those 170 are golf trophies. So I'm going to go about and solve this. So 135 plus 15, that gives me 150. So now I have 150 plus G gives me 170. Well, I know that I can figure that out. I might already know it in my head, but if I don't, I know that I can figure it out by taking 170 and subtracting 150 from it. And I can get 20. So G then equals 20. Well, that means then that that G stands for golf trophies, and we can say, here's our equation, and we can say that he bought 20 golf trophies. Boop. All right, I'm going to run through what I did again really quick. So he had 3 boxes of trophies, and I knew that each of those boxes had 45 soccer trophies. So what I did was I went ahead and found out how many soccer trophies I had in total. I did that by multiplying 45 times 3, and I got 135. Then he said he bought 15 tennis trophies. That's something I know. I can just write that down as something I know. And some golf trophies. So some unknown number of golf trophies. However, they did tell us that we have 170 trophies. They also said they wanted an equation, which means we needed a variable, and we used G. And they also wanted to know how many of those 170 trophies actually were golf trophies. So I went ahead and I wrote out 135 to represent the soccer, plus 15 for the tennis, plus G equals 170. Then I went ahead and added these to figure out how many of those 170 trophies were soccer and tennis trophies. And then I subtracted to figure out that 20 of those trophies were indeed golf trophies. So there's one more question for you, and you're going to go ahead and try this one on your own. It says, Winnie has 20 bags of prizes. Each bag has 4 prizes. She also has a red bag with 13 prizes and a blue bag with the rest of the prizes. She has a total of 100 prizes. How many prizes are in the blue bag? Write an equation, use a variable to solve for the unknown number. Go ahead and try that one on your own. All right, here's what we know. So she has 20 bags of prizes and each bag has 4 prizes. Okay, so we know that her bags are gonna be 20 times 4. Okay, so I'll do that in a second. She also has a red bag with 13 prizes. So red bag, oop, you can't see that. Red bag, okay, it has 13, okay. And then a blue bag with the rest. All right, there's our mystery number. We don't know how many are in the blue bag. We do know that she has 100 though. And we want to know how many prizes are in the blue bag. All right, so let's go ahead and figure out just in the bag she has. She didn't specify the color. So she's got 20 times 4. Well, I can solve that by doing 2 times 4, 8, tack on a 0, 80. Okay, so I know that it's going to be 80 plus 13 plus, I'm putting B for blue bags, equals 100. So 80 prizes in just the bags, 13 prizes in the red bag, and we don't know how many in the blue bag. So first I'm going to go ahead and add 93, 80 plus 13 is 93. Sorry, I skipped ahead. Plus B equals 100. Well, I know that I can count on and I can get 7. So I know that B equals 7 because 93 plus 7 gives me 100. Okay, so that means that there are 7 prizes in the blue bag as I'm writing this in green. All right, so I'm going to walk through this really quick for you. So she had 20 bags of prizes and each bag had 4 prizes. So that's why I just went ahead and figured out there's 80 prizes there. She's got a red bag too, and there's 13 prizes. We can just write that down. We know it. Blue bag has the rest. So that's our mystery number. She's got a total of 100, and we want to know how many prizes are in the blue bag. So we're going to go ahead and use a variable. This is our equation, 80 plus 13 plus B. So 80 in the bags, 13 in the red bag, and B is just the amount in the blue bag. So then we add, we had 93 plus B equals 100. I know that 93 plus 7 gives me 100, so I know that there has to be 7 prizes in the blue bag.